think you know sports? Well, you don't know Jack. The You Don't Know Jack show starts now.
Do you need a car for your next vacation or business trip but don't want to take your own? Go to our page youdon'tknowjackshow.com, that's JACshow.com, and go to the sponsor page under the Contact Us menu and you'll find it. The link is everywhere on the website. You can help us by helping yourself with your next vacation or business trip. Again, go to our website and then go to the carrental8.com link. Again, that's carrental8.com. Promotional deal coming soon. Now on with the show. Hello and welcome to episode number 1. The first actual intro episode was last week, but now we are finally here with our first actual episode, and this is the You Don't Know Jack show with Jonah, Aaron, and Carson. First of all, I want to say a hello and welcome to the show, and how are you guys doing?
Pretty good.
Ready to dip into some NFL and NBA topics today, or the big topics today, and next week we're going to dip into more of the college football and basketball side of things. And first of all, we want to thank you all for joining us again. Please check our website out, youdon'tknowjackshow.com, and also check us out on Facebook. Go to facebook.com/youdon'tknowjackshow. Instagram.com /YouDon'tKnowJackShow, and Twitter.com/Don'tKnowJackShow. So you can go to those following places, and you can also go to our website, and we have a new PayPal donate to the show thing set up for you guys, so you can do that. It is on any of the pages on the website, so please go there, and if you feel free to donate to help the show, to help us get better equipment or anything like that, just make a donation. And you can also just contact us if you want to make a donation that's larger than $50, which is the largest amount that you can invest in us on the PayPal actual thing that shows up on our website, the plugin. So anyways, we would appreciate that, and if you ever have any questions, you can email us at JAC, that's JAC, at youdon'tknowjackshow.com, or our other email is youdon'tknowjackshow@gmail.com. Soon, we are hoping to get rid of that account and be fully on our own hosted website email, so that will be pretty cool. And so now we will dip in. Well, first of all, again, we want to thank our sponsor. Our sponsor is carrental8.com. If you are looking for your car for your next business trip or your next vacation, go to carrental8.com using our link on our website. And our link is kind of having some issues right now, but if you go to our website, or if you go to their website, you can find the carrental8.com promo code section, or the promo code box, and you could type in JackShow5, that's JackShow5, JACSHOW5, and you get 5% off your purchase of whatever car you decide to rent from carrental8.com. So do that, and we'll have hopefully some better stuff from carrental8.com in the sense of maybe an ad read that they will give us, so we can read to you guys, to give you guys a little bit better of an idea of what kind of products or what kind of services they offer there. So anyways, want to thank them again, and now let's dip into the show. The NFL storylines for this week that I decided to pick out, kind of did it here a little bit before the show. We're going to start in Dallas, where the Cowboys have hopes of being good again this season after a rough year with injuries, a big problem for the Cowboys last year, and obviously the two guys sitting to the left and right of me know all about that. And so the first thing is Ezekiel Elliott. He had a little bit of an injury problem, and we will go to the link here that I have, and those will be in the show notes for you guys. Ezekiel Elliott is going to miss time with a tweaked hamstring, so Elliott will be out for a while, and we'll go to the NFL.com article here, and it says, I want to thank NFL.com. This is Kevin Patra, Around NFL writer for NFL.com. This article coming out today. Dallas Cowboys running back Ezekiel Elliott will miss some workouts during training camp due to a hamstring injury. And Executive Vice President Stephen Jones, son of Jerry Jones, said Wednesday the number 4 overall pick will miss some time with a sore right hamstring, according to the team's website. And Ian Rappaport reported the injury is just a tweak and that Elliott's move to the sideline is just a precaution. So what do you guys make out of this? Do you think this is going to hurt him at all during the season, or do you think this is just something that's going to end up being pretty minor?
Pretty minor.
Yeah, I don't think it'll be that big of a deal.
Yeah, I don't think it'll be that big of a deal. I think Elliott will pretty well pass over this. I think, the only question is if it would be serious, and they say that it's not. So I don't think that it should be a big deal. I wouldn't think so. So that was the Elliott news. Also, don't forget about his incident the last couple of weeks that he reportedly had a incident with a girlfriend or ex-girlfriend or something or somebody like that he supposedly had a I don't even know. I don't know. They charged him with domestic violence or something, and
they didn't charge him.
Or they were trying to anyway, or he was written a letter or something, and I think it was just kind of an instance where a fan was trying to get some money out of him. I don't know what you took from that at all.
He had proof that it didn't happen, or he had text messages proving that nothing happened, and she was just trying to get money out of him because he just signed a big contract. Seen it before. I don't think it's a big deal. She's just money hungry and trying to take money from him.
Yeah, that's kind of what it seemed like to me. It kind of seemed like a no big deal type of a thing, even though we've seen the NFL in its recent history with domestic violence, and we kind of want to be precautionary, but at the same time, it sounds like it could be just a crazy ex-girlfriend or whatever that's just trying to get money out of you. So, anyways, that's the Ezekiel Elliott story. And now, next on the list is Kellen Moore. Kellen Moore just suffered a broken ankle in training camp. And here is the article on that. Says the backup quarterback position in Dallas was a concern before training camp even started, and now the issue is even more pressing because Kellen Moore, who was kind of scheduled to be the backup, is going to be out 3 to 4 months with a broken high ankle, and a defender rolled up on Moore's leg after he threw a pass, and the injury severity was quickly confirmed by the Cowboys training staff. Jones would not elaborate on any future plans on how they will address the position, but we have a possible rumor of what this could be in just a moment. But Dak Prescott is the 4th-round pick of the Dallas Cowboys this year, and that's kind of what the direction is, kind of seeming like the Cowboys would have Prescott be the backup. We'll talk about the rumor that Cowboys fans and the media have surfaced, but how comfortable if Kellen Moore can't play for the first 4 months, how comfortable would you guys be with Dak Prescott.
I didn't think Kellen Moore was the answer. I thought he played pretty bad last year. I don't know. It's a sad injury. You don't hope for anybody to get injured, but I would rather give Dak Prescott a chance than. I hear they're going to try to go after Nick Foles, but who knows?
We'll talk about that more in a moment. Jonah, what do you think?
I'd say Dak could either be really good or he could be a flash in the pan, like most quarterbacks from the draft.
Yeah, I think it could be interesting. I think he could kind of be like possibly like show some signs and then kind of fade off, kind of like what you're trying to say.
Mm-hmm.
And but I guess I would try and sign somebody, and we'll talk about Foles here in a second. I would try to sign somebody because I still think I would bench Dak Prescott, like have him be your third string, just so he can learn under Tony Romo a little bit first.
I wouldn't have either of them as the backup. They're going to have to go after somebody. But with Jerry Jones, who knows, hopefully they don't go after Manziel.
Yeah.
Yep. And so now, so we're just kind of thinking that we're gonna talk now about Nick Foles here, and what would be your comfort level of Nick Foles being the backup?
A lot higher than the other two guys we were just talking about, or Manziel.
Yeah.
Nick Foles is not terrible. He's proven a little bit. He had that one really good year, but yeah, I'd feel a lot more comfortable than having the other two guys, or the other three guys.
Well, yeah, definitely saying that Nick Foles has actually proven that he can play in the NFL at a high level when he had that really good year with the Eagles. And you talk about Johnny Manziel, if you would go after him, first of all, he's got all kinds of off-the-field issues, and secondly, he hasn't proven that he can be an everyday starting quarterback.
Well, I just bring him up because he mentioned wanting to play for the Cowboys, and Jerry was wanting to draft him before Stephen Jones talked him out of it.
Thankfully, right?
Nick Foles didn't play that well in St. Louis, well, Los Angeles now, but they didn't really have any receivers. I mean,
No.
Philadelphia, he had a lot better weapons and probably a better system for him anyway. I think he could fit in with the Cowboys.
Yeah, I think he's got, and you talked about Dak Prescott being a possibility, but you don't really know what you get with a rookie, and I think it'd be better for him to learn under some veterans before. And I think Nick Foles could be a very good viable option, especially if you have Zeke Elliott healthy and the weapons of Dez Bryant and Jason Witten and Cole Beasley and all the other guys, Terrence Williams and all those other guys that Dallas has, and a great offensive line. Don't forget about that. So, I mean, honestly, you could put a lot of quarterbacks behind that offensive line and probably see some success.
They're trying to build around the running game, so he wouldn't have to do a whole lot.
Just make a couple of key throws on third downs or something.
Not saying Tony doesn't do a lot, but obviously he wouldn't be as good as Tony Romo, but
looking for somewhat of a replacement, I guess.
Yeah.
Just in case.
Better than what we had last year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No Brandon Weeden.
With the Cowboys quarterback carousel last year.
Either, yeah.
No Matt Castle, who for some reason still gets signed.
I think where did he go? The Titans, I think?
Yeah.
Oh, that's hard to believe. But yeah, Nick Foles could definitely be a viable backup candidate, and we'll talk about him when we get into the Vikings in a moment, that he could possibly end up there.
Wouldn't be surprising as if he went to the Niners.
Yeah?
Because Chip Kelly went there. And he played well with Chip Kelly. And their quarterbacks are kind of...
Yeah, it would definitely probably have to be a lesser deal if he was going to go there, probably, with Blaine Gabbert making, I think, $1.5 million, something like that, and you got Kaepernick, who's making almost $12 million a year, and he could end up not even starting at that amount of money.
Yeah.
It's like, are you kidding me?
I think he could probably fit in pretty well with that system, but I don't think they're going to start him. 'Cause from what I've read, they're not going to play him.
I think Chip Kelly and Trent Baalke, the guys that are kind of in charge there, don't really like Kaepernick after what he was trying to do in the offseason, which he was kind of trying to get himself to Denver, I think, and I think they might have a little bit of a sour taste in their mouth left from his
Not
attempted
sure
stunt.
who I would want less, Sanchez or Kaepernick.
Yeah.
Do you want a headache or do you want a terrible player? One of the two.
I'd probably go Kaepernick just because he's a dual threat,
Yeah.
and Sanchez is a turnover machine. Yeah, I'd rather have Kaepernick, I think.
So now the next topic that we'll talk about is Tony Romo. Obviously, he's looking for a better season after an injury-filled season last year where he barely played any games, and the Cowboys' season suffered on the count of that. But there's a picture that came out on Twitter recently that, as you guys can take a look right here, that Tony Romo was looking like he was pretty big. He was looking kind of fat. That's kind of what the rumor has been lately. Fat Tony Romo.
No, this was already squashed. They said that he's in fine shape. That was just the camera angle. The guy who took the picture even said, because I saw the same picture from a different angle and he looked the same as he always does.
Yeah. Yeah, and Tony
He does look a
Romo.
little bulky in that picture.
No, that's a bad angle. I just said that.
Yeah. That's what I meant.
No, like Stephen Jones said that he's in great shape, or from what he's seen, he's in great shape and he's healthy. They said he's listed at 236, and that's the same weight he's been for the past 4 years, whatever.
This is from SportsIllustrated.com. Romo says, "I think I have gone through enough criticism in my career. That is the least of my worries," he told reporters on Monday. "Granted, if I was that big, we would have to have some talks, but I think I will be all right," he says. So I think another story where the media tries to overblow the whole thing.
Just
I think
another reason for people to hate on our favorite team starting quarterback.
I feel like people hate on everything we like, right, Aaron?
I've seen some of the.
So it
looked
seems like.
at some of the Facebook comments dealing with that picture, and there was a lot of hate. Not even about that picture, about his career, more so.
Well, the thing with Tony Romo is he's been hurt a lot the last few years. He only does have 2 playoff wins as a quarterback, but so many people forget that it takes a full team to win playoff
Look how
games.
bad they were without him.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Exactly. So that.
I'd rather be 8-8 with him than
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then
that
3
train
and,
wreck we saw last year.
3 and.
And they forget
13,
that the year before
whatever.
that we were 12-4 and 1 play away from one bogus
One
call, I
yes.
should say, away from making it
As
to the championship.
Skip Bayless would always say, one terrible call away from
and they
being in the
beat
Super Bowl, basically.
Seattle earlier that year.
Yep.
So they could have done it again in the championship.
And they could have made it.
And the Packers ended up choking that game away anyway.
Mm-hmm.
So
Much to my delight. And so anyways, yeah, that story kind of got way overplayed as expected with a lot of stupid stories like that. So
it's 'cause
anyway,
he plays for the Cowboys.
so that's kind of it for the Cowboys news right now. So we're going to switch to the Vikings and then we'll get to some NFL talk in general. So here's Taylor Heineke, the second or third string quarterback for the Vikings. This is from thescore.com. Heineke will be out for 3 months after tearing a tendon in his left ankle in mid-July. This coming from Ben Gessling of ESPN, Vikings reporter. And here's the analysis on the injury suffered by Heineke. He sustained the injury after attempting to enter his friend's home after the two have been locked out. The third-string quarterback attempted to budge the door open with his foot, but slipped and had his foot go through the window, resulting in a fairly serious injury. Clearly, this is a freak injury.
That's what makes him a third-string quarterback. Stupid decisions like that.
Yeah, pretty much.
So, and with Sean Hill being the backup now, well, first of all, how stupid could you be to do this? Like, seriously, why would you not call, like, a locksmith or something and fix the issue? So, I mean, what could be the actual... What would be a great solution to this problem other than just kicking your foot against the door and breaking it? Like, seriously, how stupid can you be?
Well, he's going to remain the third string, so that's the good news.
If that.
It's like the equivalent of stepping out of your car and like tearing your ACL or something. Like, it's not.
Yeah, and now the question comes up. So since Heineke's injured and Sean Hill is growing older, what are the possible moves for the Vikings? And now the rumors have come up. Nick Foles, after being cut by the Rams, would he be a possibility? And
if the Vikings get Nick Foles, I'm going to be mad at you, and I'm going to be mad at Jerry Jones again.
Mm-hmm.
So let's say the Vikings do get Nick Foles. Do the Cowboys make a trade?
For who?
For a quarterback? For a backup?
I don't know who they'd trade for. I wish they still had
They trade for Blaine Gabbert?
I wish they still had Kyle Orton.
Yeah, he's retired now.
Oh, let's just go get Castle and Whedon back and be ready.
Couple possibilities could be Geno Smith from the Jets.
Oh no.
No.
Could be
I'd rather have Mark Sanchez.
Could be Luke McCown from the Browns.
Luke
Or
McCown.
Josh McCown, not
Yeah, I was gonna say Luke.
not Luke
McCown.
Luke didn't last very long.
Josh McCown from the Browns. Blaine Gabbert, possibly, if
I'd
Chip
want
Kelly.
a veteran.
Yeah.
Somebody who can actually win a game.
Yeah.
Yeah, Josh
Castle.
McCown has
I'd
shown
say
he
Josh
can.
McCown would be the only.
Decent.
Because look what he
quarterback.
did last year without any weapons. I mean, he had Travis Benjamin, but
Yeah.
that's about it.
He still
kind
of made it work,
Gary
I guess.
Barnage too.
Yeah, he kind of came on out of nowhere. But
Mhm.
when you have nobody else to throw to, you got to find somebody. So.
He caught that in between the legs
Oh yeah,
catch. That was pretty sweet.
he made some really outstanding catches. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Browns could be an interesting team this year, but still think they're going to be pretty bad. Anyways, so
Well,
yeah.
Look at the Patriots. They're playing Garoppolo. He's on his second year, and
Yeah, but it's the Patriots.
I guess they have a lot of weapons, but and the coaching. But
Mhm.
I'd say just keep Dak, and I don't know.
Dak and roll.
He can't be any worse than
Drop
a
Dak
guy
and roll.
like
Yeah.
a guy like Geno Smith. I mean, you wouldn't think.
Breaking his jaw.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
so yeah, that was kind of a very stupid thing for Heineke to do. So the Vikings could go after Foles, as well the Cowboys may.
You don't know Dak.
Wow. Way to go.
So now the next thing for the Vikings, Cordero Patterson, who has had a very rough season has had a rough career as a wide receiver. He's been one of the best kick returners in
Oh no, he's
Football.
hurt. What are they gonna do?
Oh no.
but he injured his shoulder in practice.
Isn't he like one of
um,
the oldest wide receivers they
no.
have?
No,
He's-
Jonah. Oh gosh. Oh gosh.
He seems like
we're
he'd be.
replacing John.
Thanks.
So,
But anyways, Patterson fell hard on his shoulder after making a leaping grab over a teammate. The wideout was down on the field for a few minutes, but Coach Mike Zimmer said after practice that he doesn't think the injury is serious. It still won't be surprising if Patterson has x-rays on his shoulder/collarbone area, and it sounds like just a couple of days, and Patterson should be back on the field again for Vikings training camp. So,
That's nasty.
so how big of a deal is it for the Vikings return game if Cordero Patterson is hurt? If he stays hurt,
Put AP back there, maybe.
No, Jonah.
No.
uh,
No.
Viking fans remember the last time that happened, and
Stephon
Peterson
Diggs
stepped
Yeah.
out of it.
Diggs can
Diggs
return.
can return, and they have Cheryl's yet.
Unfortunately.
Yeah.
What was I gonna say?
Vikings fans are mixed on Marcus Sherrills.
Oh,
I
I was
don't
gonna
like him.
say, some players should be something in my throat. Should be smarter in practice.
Yeah,
Yes.
too.
What's he leaping over people for?
Yeah.
The heck?
Trying to show off or something.
Yeah, he was. Well, he made a great catch, I think, is what it was, and he just. Yeah, I don't know why he's doing it in training camp. He's obviously trying to win a starting job because he's been terrible as a wide receiver, so he could very well be replaceable after the season
They
as his
just-
contract is expiring. So
They need, like, really good wide receivers, I think.
well, you got
And-
Treadwell,
You got Diggs.
you got Treadwell
He's
and
pretty
Diggs, and I
But,
think-
like, you know, to have a star, you know.
well, they're hoping Treadwell turns into a star, but.
Yeah. Let's hope so.
But this could this be the end? Do you think the Vikings hold on to Patterson after the season?
I could see him going to like the Browns or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was some Vikings fans were like, yeah, I could see him going to a really good team like the Patriots, and then he just becomes a star.
Oh, yeah.
That could happen too. I think anybody could go to the Patriots and
Yeah.
at least contribute.
Yeah, it seems like that, anyways. So they seem to always find ways to win. So, anyways,
Yeah.
now,
Brady makes everybody a star.
yeah.
What are you going to do?
And so now, Adrian Peterson, also with a hamstring issue, just like his counterpart Ezekiel Elliott in Dallas. And Coach Mike Zimmer indicated, again, this is from the Bleacher Report, or not Bleacher Report, the Score.com, rather. Coach Zimmer indicated that Peterson will practice Wednesday after he had a hamstring setback, but he sounds like he should be coming back to practice. It was a minor issue. Do you guys see this being a big issue in the end, or do you think it'll be something minor,
Nah,
kind of like Zeke?
I think he'll, you know,
Well,
come
it's
back.
Adrian Peterson,
Yeah,
so I
so-
think he should be
He came back from that, you know, that major injury. Yeah.
ACL.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think it'll be a
Years
big
ago.
deal, but here's a question for you guys. Do you think the Vikings offense would be better or worse without Adrian Peterson?
I mean, you
You're
saw
gonna
him
have
when
to
he
answer
was.
that question.
You saw him when they didn't let him play
I
that
think-
1 year.
Um,
They didn't do too
I think
hot.
they use him too much, or like
Yeah.
I don't really blame them, but like it could be better in that sense that
They could like balance out.
they wouldn't be so one-dimensional.
the
Yeah.
pass and the run more. If they could do that, then I think that'd be really good.
Because he's pretty much. It's kind of like Jamal Charles in Kansas
Yeah.
City.
He's pretty much the team almost.
Well, you used to say that. Now the Vikings have a good defense, though. So
Yes.
now it's like,
So that's good.
oh, he's part of the teams.
Although,
Yeah.
I would take Jamal Charles in the passing game.
Oh yeah, well you would take Adrian Peterson probably as an overall runner, but you would take Jamal Charles as the overall best running back probably.
Yeah.
He plays better. He blocks better. I guess he shouldn't say he plays better. He receives better, and he blocks better. And so that's kind of where we are on that. Peterson should be back to practice by the end of training camp, and
I wonder
more than
if-
likely won't play in the preseason.
I wonder if the Lions will be better or worse without Calvin Johnson.
That's a good question.
Well, I mean,
And they lost.
the Lions were decent with him. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like,
Yeah,
what was
now
their
they-
record last year? Like
I think
9-7.
they'll be better
Not
in the
even.
sense that
Yeah.
he won't be forcing it to him in triple coverage.
Yeah, that's true too.
Yeah.
Even though he
But they
caught
don't-
a lot of those.
They don't have a lot of.
Yeah.
They don't have star wide receivers really anymore.
Well, they got Golden Tate and
Marvin
the new
Jones.
Marvin Jones now, so
Oh,
we'll see.
Dang, that might
Yeah.
actually be.
Ebron yet.
Marvin Jones did pretty well
Don't sleep on
the Bengals.
What's his name? God, what is his name? The running back they used in the pass game.
Amir Abdullah.
No,
No,
the other guy. Guy from Notre Dame.
Did they just draft him?
No.
Oh.
Last year. God, what is his name?
I don't know.
Wow, I cannot think.
Move past it. All right.
I thought
Just kidding.
isn't that who the Lions got? Amir Abdullah.
All right, we'll look that up.
Last year, yeah.
Anyways, he's gonna look that up.
So yeah, next topic, I guess.
So yeah, Peterson should be all right. So now we'll move on to this next topic that I actually wrote about on YouDon'tKnowJackShow.com. So feel free to go to YouDon'tKnowJackShow.com/Bridgewater.
Theo Riddick.
The key, and it's Theo Riddick. Yes, he's another good running back for the Lions. Another good one.
Look for him in fantasy.
Yeah, he had a lot of good points last year. I think I might have had him for a little bit.
If you're in a PPR league, probably a lot better. But.
And next week we are going to talk more about NFL fantasy, and we're going to talk college football and basketball as well. We'll talk fantasy, college football, and basketball. Anyways, Bridgewater the key is the question mark now. So I wrote about it on YouDon'tKnowJackShow.com. Go to there, please. Now, is Teddy Bridgewater the key to the Vikings' success this season? I said maybe. ESPN reporter Ben Gessling is at Vikings training camp this week in Mankato, and Bridgewater had this to say. He said he welcomes the pressure, and he's been dealing with pressure since he's been playing sports. He also says he loves the pressure. So, Vikings have one of the most young talented rosters in the league. Do you think that Teddy Bridgewater is the breaking point for the Vikings if they succeed or not?
I think it's the receiving core.
Yeah.
Depends on what they can do, really. If he had better weapons,
Mm-hmm.
he'd have
I mean,
better
if he
numbers.
wasn't like thrown into being a starting quarterback,
he can
if-
win them games if they can get open.
yeah,
They can't just run AP 80 times a game.
Well, I think
Right.
he kind of proved that a little bit towards the end of the Seattle game last year before the missed kick.
Mm-hmm.
When he was throwing the ball to Kyle Rudolph and he got them all the way down inside the 20-yard line and almost...
I mean,
he
can
his
play.
numbers aren't that great, but
yeah,
he can manage the game well. And
Yeah, in the final 5 games of his rookie year when Peterson was suspended or hurt or blah, blah, blah. Anyways, he had some of the best numbers as a quarterback in the NFL. He had really good numbers at the final 5 games of the season. So he's proven that he can do it without Peterson.
Mm-hmm.
Now the question is, can they mesh together in the same offense? That's kind of where we're at, because Peterson's not much of a shotgun runner. So Bridgewater's proven that he can be a better shotgun passer. So it's kind of...
Well, they have.
so we'll see if it works in their
McKinnon,
favor.
and I really like him. I think
Yes.
he's good.
Mm-hmm.
And Asiata can block really well, pass block really well.
Yeah,
So I think
he's a good third running
I
back.
think they need to use those guys more.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. We're going to talk over and under carries. That's going to be part of the fantasy talk. Over, under receptions, carries, and passing yards, passing touchdowns, and that type of thing next week. And we'll talk about Adrian Peterson and what to expect for his over, under, and, of course, Des Bryant and Ezekiel Elliott and Laquan Treadwell and other guys like that for our teams, but we'll also include some of the big stars as well in that fantasy discussion. So, Teddy Bridgewater could be the key to the Vikings' success, especially when it comes to third downs and plays that need to be made late in the game, because late in the game, as I wrote in my article, you're not going to be able to run the ball if you're trailing, so you're going to have to depend on him. So.
Well, and their offensive line was pretty bad last year.
Yeah, and I think it's going to be pretty hard to be worse than they were last year, so they almost have to improve. So
Yeah, they got a couple guys.
and they were 11-5 with that bad offensive line, so I'm thinking they could I'm thinking they could be better. I'm hoping. So we'll get to over-under predictions for wins here in a moment. And if you ever have a question for our prediction on over-under for anything, just let us know by shouting out to us on our Twitter page, our Instagram, or Facebook, or contacting us via email going to our website, youdon'tknowjackshow.com. Anyways, now we will go to the NFL news in general here, as Bridgewater will move that discussion on for possibly more on another day. And Ryan Fitzpatrick and the Jets finally agreed to a deal. Yay.
Woo!
So, Ryan Fitzpatrick.
Fitzmagic.
And the Jets finally have agreed to a deal. The endless saga, as NFL.com says here, the endless saga of Ryan Fitzpatrick and the New York Jets has finally ended just in time. And he signed a 1-year, $12 million deal to come back with the Jets this next year. So what do you guys think of the contract, and was it fair on both sides, and will it impact the Jets' season?
Well, obviously it'll impact it in a positive way because they won't have to play Geno Smith. I thought he played well last year. $12 million worth though, I don't know about that, but yeah, I see them. I think they kind of got screwed over last year. I thought they should have made the playoffs last year, and I was kind of rooting for them too, actually. So
Yeah, the Steelers got lucky.
well, I think we'll see them in the playoffs this year. Probably same amount of wins. Matt Forte will be interesting to see how that goes. That'll be another weapon for him.
Yeah.
I don't know why he wouldn't want to re-sign, even if it was for less money, because all the weapons they have. But yeah.
Do you see the Jets possibly making a run at the division?
Depends on the first 4 games for the Patriots, I guess.
Yeah, I mean,
They could.
Patriots kinda have
They've
that
proven they could win with
lockdown.
Matt Castle years back. So.
Yeah. The Patriots will
Andrew
win
Bledsoe.
regardless.
Who was pretty good, but yeah, the Jets. I think they'll be second for sure in that division. A lot of people talking about the Dolphins are going to be good, but I don't really see that happening.
Have they been good, like, at all the past few years?
I think they were 6-10 last year.
Yeah.
Yeah, they've been not good. They probably will be the worst team in the division again.
Yeah, I like the Redskins.
Buffalo. I could see Buffalo being like
Or the
7-9
Giants.
or 8-8 again.
Yeah, Buffalo is a few players away yet. I think the Jets.
And a good coach.
I think the Jets have a lot of good talent. They have good coaching, but the Patriots are the Patriots. So
Yeah.
I think they can find a way to win
I feel bad
without
for
Brady.
the Jets being in that division. Honestly,
I could see the Patriots easily going 3-1 without
Kinda
Brady.
Like how I feel bad for, even though the Vikings won the division last year, the Packers are. You always got to watch out for them.
Yeah, the Packers are like, I don't know, they're not unstoppable, but they're like, they always somehow
It's Aaron
find a way.
Rodgers, man.
Yeah.
And we'll talk about that in a moment here. We're going to talk about over-unders in a moment, and then we'll do our predictions for the season. But first, we're going to talk a little bit about a debate between 2 contract negotiations. Antonio Brown and Rob Gronkowski recently came up that, the question came up, who's more valuable, Antonio Brown or Rob Gronkowski? Antonio Brown has got one more season after this year left on his contract, and Gronk I believe this is his last season on his contract. They both have relatively small deals compared to what a lot of other guys make. So, with that being said, both guys trying to, they were kind of holding out a little bit, or not Gronk really, but Antonio Brown was sort of holding out, but then he finally reported. Which guy do you think has more leverage in contract negotiations? Antonio Brown or Rob Gronkowski?
That's probably one of the hardest questions I've ever been asked. They both are tremendous players.
Mhm.
I don't even have an answer for that, honestly. I think it's pretty even for importance to the team and the numbers, and they're both dominant at their positions. I'd take them both in fantasy if that's what you mean.
Yeah.
Who do you think
I don't know.
who do you think is more valuable to their team, where they would get paid more, or they would
I
get?
think right now, Antonio Brown would be, because they don't have Martavis Bryant.
Yeah,
Mhm.
the
And they don't
Steelers
have
would be.
Le'Veon Bell for the first
Yep.
4 games.
The Steelers would be pretty much nothing without Antonio Brown. I
Le'Veon
think.
Bell can't seem to stay on the field.
Yeah.
Yeah.
D'Angelo Williams.
Which is unfortunate because he's a good player, but
Might have to pick him up.
at the moment,
If he can.
well, Gronk's valuable too without Brady, because who's Garoppolo going to throw to
Yeah.
Yeah,
most of
that's
the
true.
time. They do have Edelman too, but
But I still think they could maybe win, without Gronk.
yeah, they
Steelers
did get
without-
Martellus Bennett, didn't they?
The Steelers
Yep.
without Antonio Brown, I
That
think
could
would
be a big move this
the
offseason.
Steelers also got Ladarius Green.
Ooh.
All right. So yeah, that's kind of where we're at. I think Antonio Brown probably has more value right now, or at least has more contract leverage right now because of the situation that the Steelers are in. But I think both of them can be very valuable to their teams. I would say right now I would give the slight edge to Antonio Brown, just because I think the Steelers would be pretty much nothing this season without him.
Yeah, he's going to get thrown to a lot. First 4 games anyway.
Yeah,
Probably even after that.
Yeah.
I don't really have anybody. Well, D'Angelo Williams played well last year, but
Yeah, when Le'Veon Bell was out.
Yep, it'll be interesting with those two teams with injuries and suspensions and everything. So, anyways, now here we go. Over under. We're gonna play this little game called Over and Under, and many shows and different places have played it, obviously. So, first of all, we're gonna do the Vikings. We're doing over and under for wins, just so you know that ahead of time. We're going to do the Vikings. I set the over-under at 11 wins. Jonah, do you say over, under, or even?
I'd probably say... I'd probably say even, just because, I think they might have a chance.
Okay.
Yeah.
Aaron?
over no. I'd say probably 10. So I'd say
Okay.
under.
Yeah. Tough one to call, I guess.
I am an optimist, and I'm a Vikings fan. So, with those two things being said, I am going to go over. I can see the Vikings winning 12 games this season. And if everything goes their way, I could see them winning 13 games. I don't think they will go over 13 games, though.
No.
So, that's where I'm at on the Vikings. And it should be a good season. I think they've got a
It's
lot
like
of
I
good...
said, on the receiving core and
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Bridgewater. So
Pretty much.
everything else is pretty much set for them.
Yep.
Mhm.
So now we go to the Cowboys. Over under, and we will start with me. We'll start with me. I say 9 wins. Actually, the number that is set is over, under, or even at 9 wins. And I am going to say over, and I'm going to say 10-6. I'm going to say the Cowboys will be 10-6 this season. And the Redskins will be in second place in the division at 8-8. The Giants will be 7-9, and the Eagles will be 2-14.
Jeez.
I can agree with those.
Yeah, I'd say
rankings.
so. I'd say...
I'd say 11-5.
I
if they
figured-
stay healthy.
I figured you were going to say that.
Um,
I think they might have another 12-4
If-
game, 12-4 season coming up.
if their defense plays better than expected, I guess. I don't know. They didn't play that terrible last year, I didn't think. It was a lot
with
of
Sean Lee back.
offense. They have Skandrick and Sean Lee back.
Mm-hmm.
They
And they
do
have-
have some people missing.
They have
'cause
some
they can't
rookies,
stay off
too.
the drugs. And all that.
As Stephen A. says,
Um,
can't stay off the
I
weed.
think 12 would be tops for them.
Yeah.
But 11-5, 10-6, 12-4.
I'm an optimist. for
Whatever.
that.
They're going to win the division. That's all I know.
So now we go to an interesting team here. The Oakland Raiders had a little bit of a rough season last year. I think they were 7-9, 6-10, something like that. But anyways, they had a lot of good offseason moves, free agency wise. They had some good draft picks, and of course they had Derek Carr, and they have Amari Cooper, one of the best young wide receivers in the league right now. The over-under is set at 10 wins. Aaron, over-under 10 wins.
I'm going to go even.
You gonna go even? Think they got 10 wins?
I think they win the division.
Yeah.
I don't see...
Jonah?
Unless Mark Sanchez plays out of his mind, I don't see...
Yeah. We'll talk about the Broncos here in just a few minutes.
I'd probably say even too. I mean, I could see him maybe 11-5, but you know, the Raiders are the Raiders.
Mm-hmm.
So
I'm going to go over, and I'm going to say the Raiders will go 11-5, and they will win the division, and the Broncos will fade fast this season. I do not think they will be over 500, nor do I think they will be even close to making the playoffs. And I will share with you that here on the next pick, what my actual record I think they will be. And so you guys, we're going to start with Jonah here. Broncos, over under 9 wins or even. What do you got?
I don't know. I'd say without Peyton Manning, I don't know. I think they might have more of a chance to win more than 9. So I'd probably say 10-6 if they're lucky.
I give them 8-8. Just because I don't know what to expect of them.
Yeah.
They're kind of up in the
I'll
air.
give them an even 500 record. I don't
Yeah.
think they'll make the playoffs. But yeah.
All right, here's my prediction. The Broncos are going to go 6-10,
Oof.
Jeez.
and they will be out of the playoff hunt by week 10. That
I'd
is
say
my-
the lowest
that is
would
my
be
prediction.
7-10 or 6-10. I mean that
7-9.
7 and
7-9.
10.
That's what I meant.
So they're going to lose a playoff game?
7-9. That's what I meant.
Hey, the Panthers.
I
made
could
it
see
2
them
years
breaking
ago at
even.
7-9.
Yeah, well, and
Or
now, speaking of the Panthers,
7-8-1 is what they are.
Oh yeah.
speaking of the Panthers, I have a bold prediction
Oof.
on the Panthers. I think they are going to have a rough year.
You just want the two.
I
teams
do want them
Just
to,
like
too,
two
but
teams.
I do think they're going to... I think last year was kind of a fluke season for them. I think they are going to
Yeah.
be...
I think so too.
Here is the over-under. I have that over-under at 12 wins,
Jeez, I don't think they'll get that.
and I think... And they were 15-1 last season.
Yeah.
So I am going to say under, and I am going to say 10 wins, and
So they still
barely
make
winning the
playoffs.
division.
Okay.
I was going to say they'll miss the playoffs, but that division, you never know.
I'll go 10, but I'll go Seattle winning that division.
Seattle,
Yeah. I think. Well, actually,
that's
no.
wrong division. That's the NFC West.
Is it?
Yeah,
Oh,
that's the
I'm
NFC West.
Yeah, I am an idiot. Oh yeah, there's
So it's the-
Saints, Falcons.
Yeah.
In the Bucks, yep.
Yeah, they'd probably win that division then.
Yeah.
I thought.
I'd
if
say
they were in that division though.
I'd say the highest would be 8-8 for them. I don't think they're gonna
Actually, I'll go 9-7.
I don't think they're gonna go on a run like they did before.
9-7. I'll give them one game above.
There's
500.
no way they're gonna go undefeated. like they did.
Well, we don't
throughout
know
the
what a
season.
lot of these teams' schedule look like either.
I know, but the
Well, the Panthers have a first place
Panthers got
schedule,
lucky.
so they've got
Oh,
some
yeah.
tough teams.
Well,
they got lucky
I'll go
a
They
lot.
play the
8-8 then.
Vikings. They play the Vikings, and they play
I'll go
another
8-8
first
then.
place
They
team
got
from
they got
somewhere.
lucky a lot too. So
I think they play the who is it? They play the Broncos, or is it the Patriots on the first game of the year? I can't remember. Anyways, we'll talk about that
I think-
more.
I think
It'd
their
be
defense
interesting if
is.
they played the Broncos.
I think their defense is pretty
Yeah.
good, but
It would,
their
actually.
their offense shouldn't have won those games.
So
Maybe Newton will
now,
get sacked and not dive on the football game.
Yeah.
now our last over under here for the over unders for this week. If you ever have another question on over unders, just let us know on our Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, email, whatever. We're gonna do the Patriots, and the over under is set at 13 wins. Jonah, what do you think?
Well, they're not gonna go undefeated. I know that because they'll lose at least 2 or 3 games. I think, but yeah, I'd say
Like
thir-
in general,
13,
or
14.
with Garoppolo?
Well, I'd say in general they would lose at least like 3 or 4.
I'm gonna go 12-4. I think they probably lose the 4 with Garoppolo. To be honest, I don't really see him losing with Brady. And they've gone undefeated before, haven't they?
Yep,
They
16
lost
and
to the
0,
Giants, yeah.
and 18 and 1 if you want to count the playoffs. Patriots
Well, yeah.
Yeah,
fans.
right.
Yep.
Yeah, I'd say 12-4. I don't see him. I think Garoppolo might be a little bit overrated. I don't know. People are already saying they'll be
Flop.
fine
Yeah.
without him. Fine without Brady and all that. But
I doubt it.
I'm going to say even at 13 wins. I think they will get exactly 13 wins. I think they will
so they'll
lose.
get 1 win with Garoppolo.
I think they will get
2.
2 wins with Garoppolo
I don't see him losing with Brady though. I just don't.
and 1 loss with Brady.
What'd they go last year?
I think it might have been something similar to this,
13-3.
possibly 12-4 maybe. But I'm not entirely sure. But I'm going to say even. And so now we will do our predictions. So we're going to start with Jonah in the AFC North. Jonah, Steelers, Ravens, Bengals, or Browns? Who do you got?
Who's gonna win it?
Who's going to win the division?
I know. Who
Well,
I'm picking. I know who Jonah's picking too, because it's his second favorite team.
Who's that? Oh no.
With all the fantasy players he had for them last year.
Well, I would say that
Bengals.
if they can make it happen, I'd say probably the Steelers again.
Ooh, Jonah
Again.
picking against his favorite team.
Well, I mean, the Bengals would probably get second. I think.
Bengals won the division last year.
Oh, they did. Shit. Well,
Well,
Yeah,
both
I think the
teams made
Bengals would be second.
playoffs.
for
Yeah,
me,
both
I
teams
think
did.
I'd
Make playoffs.
easily give it to the Bengals. I mean, I don't see any way they.
I'd say the
won't win
Bengals
division.
go like 9-7.
If
No,
the
maybe.
Steelers had Le'Veon Bell the first 4
10 and
games,
6.
I'd probably pick the Steelers.
Yeah,
And obviously, if they had Martavis Bryant, but those 2 things, I'd give it to the Bengals. I don't see. Obviously, the Browns are going to win it. The Ravens, yeah, they'll be better than last year, but they won't win it. So I'd go with I'd have to easily pick the Bengals by multiple games. I'd say
yeah, I don't know.
by at least 2 games.
I am going to take the Steelers to win the division. And
What's
I'm
with you
going to
guys?
say the record is 11-5.
Bengals get no love, man.
Bengals would be.
And I will say
10
the
and 6,
Bengals
9 and
will be 10-6 or
Do you
9-7,
think both
yes.
teams make the playoffs.
And I think the Bengals will barely make the playoffs.
7. Barely.
Barely.
Like,
And they'll lose in the playoffs again.
Yes.
Yeah.
I don't know. They might win 1 game, but I think they will for sure lose in the second round.
Has Andy Dalton won a playoff game?
I don't think so.
No.
You got me a lot of points last year,
They
though.
choked it hard last year, didn't they?
That wasn't really Andy Dalton's
Oh
fault.
yeah, there
He
wasn't their
wasn't even
first.
playing.
Well, that's true. Yes.
Wasn't there?
He wasn't
Uh,
playing, and Vontaze Burfict basically blew that game.
wasn't their
That was
undefeated
the worst
streak
ending.
ended by the
That
Texans?
was terrible. I watched the end of that game. The
I like
Bengals
posted,
deserved to
I
lose.
posted like a status. I'm from Baston. No, I posted a status saying, "No wonder they haven't won something in the last however many years." It was.
Yeah, wasn't their streak ended by the Texans last year? Like their undefeated
Yeah.
streak?
Yeah.
It was like 12-9. Ugh. What a crap game that was.
So yeah, I'm gonna say the Bengals are a playoff team, and they'll make it either at 10-6 or 9-7. And now we go to.
How are the Steelers going to win it without? Yeah, I just don't get how you guys think that.
I think the Steelers' offense is gonna. I think Le'Veon Bell is not going to be suspended, which it sounds like he's not going to be. Actually, I think, possibly. Anyways, and Antonio Brown and.
If he's not suspended, then you can change my pick to the Steelers. But as of right now, he is suspended. So.
But I don't see him going over 11-5. I don't think the Steelers. So, and then I think the rest of the division, I'd see the Ravens maybe 8-8, 7-9, and the Browns.
Browns
I think the
probably
Browns
5-11.
Yeah.
5-11. I think the highest ceiling for the Browns is 6-10. I would say.
Mm-hmm.
Depends if RG3 gets back to his old self, then.
I still don't think they got enough around him.
Well, no,
I think
not
he.
right now, but
Yeah, eventually they could pop back up.
shows some
That's when
promise,
when his career went down the tubes. It was that
I feel
Ravens
bad for
game
the Browns just because of the quarterback.
when he got hit in the knee or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
That ruined his whole
Seahawks
entire
playoff game.
career. Yeah.
Well, they shouldn't have had him playing.
So, all right.
Yeah,
so, here's our AFC North picks. Jonah got the Steelers. I got the Steelers. And Aaron has the Bengals as of right now. So, we go to the AFC South, where I think we could have our first unanimous pick for the division champions. I am going to go with the Colts. And I think they're going to be 12-4.
I'm going to go with...
Who's all in that division?
That's tough.
You got the Texans,
You know
and
what?
Jaguars, and Titans.
Oof. Yeah, I'd
I'm
say the
gonna-
Colts.
I'm going to pick the Jaguars, guys.
You going with the Jags?
Really?
What do you
They're
think?
going to surprise a lot of
What do you think the
people.
record?
Probably like 9-7.
Yeah.
I think then the Colts defense is just terrible, and I
Yeah.
don't know. They don't really have much of a run.
But
game.
I don't know. I think
Andrew Luck's good
I think it
and
might be
all,
Andrew
but,
Luck's year this year.
I don't know. I just don't see them.
I could see him
The
going
Texans, they're up in the air. You know how you don't know how well Brock will do. And
off. I'd say the highest
the
ceiling for
Titans
them
will
would
probably
be
suck again,
12-4.
Although the
think
Titans did
for the
make a
Colts.
lot of moves,
So what did you say the Jags record will be?
probably like 10-6 tops.
Okay.
Yeah.
But
And what do you?
I'd say
people are gonna sleep on them, and they're.
I'd say it'd be the Colts, like
What do you-
12-4 maybe 11-5.
I just don't see it.
But Luck,
11-5.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Luck's gonna have a good season after his rough injury-riddled season and stuff last year. I think he's gonna
Who
be.
even is there? Oh, they have Frank Gore.
Yeah.
Yeah, I totally didn't even know who their running back was.
Yeah, they don't have Andre Johnson anymore. I think he got signed by the Titans.
Yeah, I
Maybe.
just don't
Well,
think they have enough.
That's
weapons.
good. He didn't
Just
do
don't.
anything last year, really.
So yeah, but they still have Ty.
T.Y. Hiddle.
They still
Eli.
they got
T.Y. Hiddle.
Dwayne Allen,
Speaking of the
tight end.
Titans, how do you guys think Murray's going to do?
Ooh,
I
that's
think he
actually
made the biggest mistake of his life leaving Dallas.
I think he's going
Probably.
to.
He's probably just
split-
gonna-
I think he'll play better than he did with the Eagles.
I
but
think he's going to lose his starting job 4 to 8 weeks into the season to Derrick Henry.
He's gonna bounce around from team to team. and
or
not
he'll
really-
get hurt
Yes.
Yeah.
That too.
and then he'll lose it.
Yeah.
Either way.
So, anyways, so we got the Colts for
Yeah.
Jonah, 11-5. Colts for me, 12-4, and Aaron with the wild card pick,
Jags.
the Jaguars, going with
10-6.
I think they're on the up and up, but I
Let's
just
do
don't.
this, Bortles.
I just don't think it's
Two
quite good
two
enough
really
yet.
good
Yeah.
young receivers.
I mean,
good
I'd
tight end,
say-
good running back.
I mean, I would say the Titans, but I don't think Mariota has what it takes yet to.
I think the Texans have the defense. I just
Oh, yeah.
don't know how their
See,
offense will play out.
if these like rookie quarterbacks had veterans to study under first, they would have a better chance. But,
Yep.
I think the whole division will be close, honestly.
But like Mariota was thrown
Yeah.
in, and Teddy Bridgewater was thrown in, and
Yep.
I think
All right.
the three teams. I think the Titans will be like 5-11 or something. but
yeah,
those three other teams will be close. I
Yeah.
think.
yeah.
All right, so we go to the East, the AFC East. Who do we got? The Patriots,
Patriots,
Dolphins?
Patriots. Okay, moving on.
the Patriots, the Dolphins, the Bills, or the Jets.
Like I said, I wish the Jets could win it.
Oof.
But-
Yeah, the Patriots are gonna make it.
Yep, I got the
regardless
Patriots
of-
at 13-3. What do you
Yeah.
guys got the record at for the
I think
Patriots?
the Jets will still make it.
I'd say
to
the lowest
playoffs.
would be 11-5, but I'd say 13-3 probably.
Okay.
They
What
lose
did I
3
say?
games.
12-4.
I think they'll lose 3 with Garoppolo.
Yeah.
That's what I think.
Yeah, I think the Jets will make the playoffs, but
Mhm.
it's a shame that they're in that.
Well, they'll obviously get
Yeah.
second.
No,
I'd say
if they were
10 and
if
6
they were
maybe.
in the South, then they would win.
Yeah.
I'd say 10 and 6 for the Jets.
Yeah,
10-6
I think
playoffs.
they'll be a wild card.
Okay, we'll talk about wild cards here in a second for the AFC. Now we go to the AFC West, which this division could be a total wild card. You got the Chargers. You got the Chiefs, you got the Broncos, and you got the Raiders.
I already
And
said the Raiders.
I already picked the Raiders as well to win the division. I'm saying they'll be 11-5, I believe, is what I said.
Jonah's gonna pick the Chargers.
And,
I think the
you
Raiders.
picked the Raiders. What was your record for the Raiders?
10-6.
10-6. So you were even on the wins. Okay.
I'd probably say the Raiders too, but it'd be like, I'd say the lowest would be 9-7 probably.
So you think 9-7 they'll win the division?
Yeah.
I could see that. That division's
Yeah,
gonna be
I don't-
terrible.
That
Well,
division's
that's what I
gonna
was
suck.
saying. Like, I could see the Jags going 9-7.
I think the Chargers will be
Do
last
you,
on that.
do you
division.
think the
Yeah.
Chiefs could just all of a sudden pop out of there and
Yeah, but they don't
Take it.
have like a really good quarterback.
As long as they have Alex Smith, I don't see
don't
it.
think so?
Yeah, Alex Smith is not a star.
Sorry, I'm just not a fan of him.
Yeah, I
He's-
mean they have
He's the ultimate game manager.
they have the offensive weapons, but they don't.
That's all
have,
he is. He's
Yeah.
nothing.
Alex Smith is just.
He can't get you to that.
Yeah.
next
All right.
level.
So we got me. I've got the Raiders 11-5. I got the Patriots at 13-3. Got the Colts at 12-4, and I've got the Steelers at 11-5. Those are the division champions. In my playoff team, I've got the Bengals at 9-7, and I have the Jets at 10-6. So, those are my 2 wild cards. Who do you guys got for your wild cards?
The Jets, obviously, I already said that.
Jets.
And I want to say the Steelers, but I think. Yeah, probably the Steelers. I was going to say, like, Colts or something, but I don't know.
Okay. And you also had the Bengals winning the division. You had the Patriots. You had the Raiders. And you had the Jaguars, surprisingly, winning the AFC South.
Yeah, totally.
Shut up, Jonah.
Jonah
I'd probably
Shut up,
say
Jonah.
what?
Shut up. Shut up.
Jonah had the AFC South champion Colts, the
Chargers.
the AFC
Yeah.
North champion Bengals.
The Browns.
Or no, you had the Steelers. You had the
Steelers,
Steelers at 11-5.
Browns.
Yeah, the Browns.
I'd probably say.
And you had the Raiders, and you had
Jonah's a huge RG3
Yeah, I'd probably say
fan.
Bengals and Jets for
and you
wild
had
card probably.
Jonah's a
Mhm.
huge
The-
Robert Griffin.
and the Colts. Okay.
Oh yeah, totally.
You saying who?
I'd probably say Jets, Bengals.
Jets and Bengals.
Yeah.
All right. So those are the AFC predictions. Now to the NFC, and we will start
Oh, great.
in the
Oh, I don't
worst
wanna
division
start
in the
this.
league, the NFC East. Just kidding.
The NFC least.
The NFC least. Oh, here
It
we
was
go.
pretty bad last year.
All right,
It
so
was.
I have the Cowboys
Yes.
at 10-6, winning the division.
Right on, brother.
Yep.
And I have the Giants at 7-9 or 7-9. I've got
No, you said 8-8,
8-8,
and then 7-9. Reds.
9-7,
Redskins.
9-7 Redskins. I'm thinking they're gonna just miss the playoffs.
You said 8-8 Redskins, and then 7-9 Giants.
I think it's 9-7, 8-8, and then the Eagles are 2-14.
Woo! So everybody's gonna sweep the Eagles.
Basically.
Yeah. So they're not going to be.
Or the Giants
they're not
might
gonna,
lose to them once.
They're not going to win the
They
division.
do beat the Giants a lot.
They're not going to win the division.
I read something about that
Ever
the other
again.
day.
Probably.
Yeah.
How the Eagles own the Giants all the time.
So, what do you guys? Who do you guys have? Or what do you guys have at the record for the Cowboys?
What did I say earlier?
12-4.
I
I'd say
said 11-5.
11-5.
12-4.
And what do you guys got the records for the rest of the division?
Redskins 8-8, Giants 7-9, the Eagles. I'll be generous and say 4-12.
Yeah.
That's pretty generous.
I'd probably say 7-9 Redskins. Probably 6-10 Giants.
I was gonna say 6-10.
And
That's what they want.
probably actually I don't know 5-11 Eagles.
Oh,
That's it.
Jenna's being extra generous. Extra crispy.
I doubt they're gonna even. They might even go. Just
1-15.
yeah,
All right.
or 0-16.
All right, let's go to the NFC West.
West.
Waste.
You got the Patriots in that division, not.
Patriots.
Just kidding.
Yeah,
Just
Patriots.
say
Patriots.
Patriots for
Yeah.
everybody.
So you got the
Patriots,
Cardinals.
Patriots,
You got the
Patriots.
Cardinals, the Seahawks, the 49ers, and who's the other team?
See, the
Rams. LA Rams. Now that it makes sense that they're in the NFC West.
49ers. Here we go.
Cardinals.
Niners.
The
I don't know.
Niners.
That one's probably the toughest.
Yeah.
Cardinals or Seahawks. It's like
I don't know. I think the
I'm gonna take the
Seahawks might
Cardinals.
barely miss the playoffs.
I
this
think
year.
they'll make the playoffs. They'll probably be one of my wild card teams.
Yeah, they.
I'd
I think
have
they
to go with
might.
the Cardinals just because their offense is too.
I have a feeling they
Defense is
might. They
pretty
might.
decent.
They might
Oh.
just miss
They have great
the
coaching
playoffs.
too.
Probably.
Yeah.
I'd say Cardinals too.
I got the Cardinals, and I will say the
They're
Eleven
gonna
and
be
five.
bad after last year.
I'd say the
They
11-5.
got embarrassed by the.
I say the Cardinals will go 12-4 again. I
Mhm.
think that's what they were last year. And I
They got
say the
that-
Seahawks
they got that
will
Palmer.
probably make the playoffs again.
Yeah, they have to.
I'll probably say 10-6.
By default, pretty much.
Yeah.
10-6 for the Seahawks. And
I want them to miss the playoffs.
And for the 49ers, I think they're going to be slightly better than the Eagles this year, and I'm going to say they'll be 4-12.
Woo!
Yeah.
The Niners.
And
Woo!
the Los Angeles Rams
We'll just.
will be 3-13.
Jeez.
Yeah, probably. I mean,
Yeah.
not enough weapons on offense. I think Gurley will be good. Their defense.
Yeah,
is-
he'll get me a lot of
Their
garbage
defense
points.
is above average, and they have Gurley,
Yeah.
but
Garbage
other
points.
than that, they don't
I
have
love them.
anybody. They need a bunch of receivers. I just don't.
And
They're
So-
gonna get a quarterback, a franchise quarterback, yet to be seen, and not have any weapon. Like, I don't get it.
Yeah. All right. So we
We
got
still
the
have,
we got the NFC West. Now let's go to the NFC South. We'll save the best division for last. So the NFC South. Who do you got? The Panthers, the Falcons, the Saints, or do you have the Buccaneers?
Ooh, that's might be because I don't know. I'd probably say the Panthers will have that 7-9 year or whatever they had the other day.
If the Buccaneers make it, I will buy Jameis Winston crab legs.
I'd say they'd have it like another 6-10-1 because that record that division's gonna be awful.
I think.
I'd say they win, but
I want to say the
on
Buccaneers.
poor terms, pretty much.
I want to say the Buccaneers.
So who do you got, Joe?
Panthers.
Yeah, I
Panthers.
didn't even
6-10.
hear what he was. What? Winning the division?
At what?
6-10.
6-10?
What?
Yeah.
Wait,
Ooh.
no, that's
You
not
think all the
No.
teams are going to be worse than 6-10?
They could be.
Goodness.
No way.
Oh, my goodness.
No way. You could win that division with 8-8 though.
Yeah.
I will say
Yep.
that. I think.
Watch Jonah be right.
Yeah.
Well, like
I'm
I
calling
said, the
it.
Panthers 2 years ago, 7-8-1.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Anyway,
I'd say
Yeah, I
the
got-
highest for them would be 7.
I think I had the Panthers at 10-6, and barely winning the division. I'd see the Saints at like 9-7.
I see the Panthers being more of a wild card.
I'd see the Falcons at like
I'm gonna say
9-7 or
the
7-9,
Falcons are
something
gonna
like
win
that.
division.
You're gonna go for the Falcons, all right?
Yes. Too many weapons on offense.
I really was-
improved defense.
I-
good coaching. I think the Falcons will.
I
surprise
was
some
really
people.
contemplating picking the Buccaneers, but I'm gonna go with the Panthers at 10-6.
The Bucks. Yeah, they're.
They're an
See,
they're an
that-
upcoming team.
That division's hard. You really want to pick the Saints. To be
Yeah.
honest, with all the weapons.
I don't know about-
I just
but-
can't
I
trust
don't
the
know about
defense.
Their
Winston for
defense is-
the Bucks, you know.
Well, and the Bucks defense is kind of shaky too. So.
Yeah.
I'd still take the Bucks defense, I think.
Over the Saints,
Yeah.
obviously. I'd take the
Um,
Falcons over both,
Yeah.
and I would take
And the
I would take the Saints offense probably in that
Yeah.
whole division, but
Yeah.
I think the Panthers, Falcons, that'll be close, but I'll have to give the edge to the Falcons. I think.
All right, now we go to the NFC North. We got Vikings, Packers, Lions, Bears.
Oh
We-
my, Packers.
What do you think?
No. What did I say? My prediction for the Vikings: 10-6.
Yeah, I think that's what you said.
I think that'll be my second wild card team. I would pick the Panthers, but I'd rather see the Vikings in the playoffs than the Panthers. I'm gonna go with the Packers. I mean the Panthers. I meant.
The Panthers.
I'm gonna go with the Packers though.
Panthers.
Because it's Aaron Rodgers and they get Jordy Nelson back.
Oh gosh, sounds like every Packer fan I know.
Go
I
Packers! No,
I actually,
I actually don't like the Packers at all,
Yeah.
but
they always
I have to
they,
give it to them.
yeah they always somehow make it. I don't know why.
I'm gonna go. What did I say? I said 10-6 for the Vikings. Right?
Mhm.
So 11-5 for the Packers.
Okay.
I would have to switch. those
Vikings is a
roles.
wild card.
I'd say Packers wild card,
No.
10-6.
No.
Vikings 11-5. Tops would be 12-4 probably.
I don't see any.
I think
Yeah.
they would.
I don't see
I
the
think they
Bears or
might-
Lions doing anything. But
Yeah, I think the Vikings might have a chance to go off and make something.
well, they won it
out of
last year,
themselves.
but
And then they lost.
I'm pretty sure Aaron Rodgers won't be very happy that they didn't win the division last year.
I'm going to pick the Vikings, as you probably figured out. I'm going to pick them to be 12-4, and I'm going to say they're the second seed in the NFC, right behind the Cardinals.
Ooh.
And I will say
That's a
that they
tough call.
will host a playoff game in the
Like
new
last year.
U.S. Bank Stadium, except they will win because it's indoors, and Blair Walsh will not miss a kick because he won't have to win it
They
with
should.
a kick because the Vikings will win by at least a touchdown.
I would have probably been
Mm-hmm.
harsh and probably would have cut him after that. Honestly, I don't know.
Let's
That's
not
just
get into that.
That's a little too much there.
20 yard. Sorry, I don't know.
So anyways. So that's where we're at, and I got the Packers as my wild card at 10-6, and the other wild card for me is the Seahawks
What if the Packers
also
and Vikings meet up?
at 10-6, and the
Playoffs.
Packers will barely edge out the Seahawks for the 5th seed.
The Vikings will.
I got the
die.
Seahawks making it. I don't have the Panthers making it. What did I say their wins were going to be? Oh, I said like 8-8 or something.
Mhm.
Yeah, I don't see them making the playoffs.
So
That's
who do
it.
you guys have as your wild cards? You had
Oh.
Seahawks
Um,
and the Packers.
Seahawks and
or
Packers.
Vikings.
I'd
Vikings.
say
Yeah, that's
Packers and
Seahawks, Vikings. Get it?
what?
Shut up.
Well,
don't
it's
mention
funny.
that.
It's just funny because
I don't want the Seahawks to go, but I'd probably have them as my second wild card.
Okay.
Lions.
I mean, obviously, I don't want them to make it,
I'm gonna have the Lions and Bears
But-
as the 1 and 2 seed.
49ers
Obviously, they're
and
gonna be-
Eagles as the 1 and 2
Yes.
seed.
Yeah, what if the
I'm gonna have the
Lions?
Giants, Eagles, and Redskins.
What if the
making it.
Lions just go off and just destroy everybody? What if they have a Panthers year where
Oh,
they
gosh.
where they go 16-0?
15 and 1, you mean?
Yeah, 15-1.
What?
17
and
30?
2?
Yeah.
I don't know. All right, so now we're going to play a little game called Yay or Nay
Oh,
that
great.
I decided
Yay.
to make. So we got
Nay.
questions here. Here's the first question. Whoever signs, or here's the first statement, and then you get to say yay or nay. So
Come on.
whoever signs Foles will regret it. Yay or nay, Jonah?
Ugh.
I guess it depends on
Yeah, I
where
was
he
gonna say it
goes.
depends.
I'd say if the Cowboys sign him, it would probably be
Nay, because
nay,
after
yeah.
what happened last year.
yeah. I'd probably say that as a nay because Foles.
Yeah, it depends on where he goes.
Foles plays his role pretty decently as a backup.
If
He's
he
not
went,
a starter, I know.
Yeah,
that,
if he
but-
went to start somewhere, I'd probably say yay.
yeah, they would regret it,
But
but
as a backup,
as
I'd
a-
probably say nay.
he's-
he could be a solid.
he's
backup.
decent as a backup,
Fill in for a couple games.
like an Orton or
Yeah.
I'm going to say yay. They will regret it because whoever signs him, I think, will either prevent the backup who was supposed to be the backup from getting an opportunity, and if he does get an opportunity to start, I think the team will be worse. So I'm going to say nay.
Depends on who the team is again, because like,
I
say
think
if it was the Niners,
I think he'll make any team worse.
the Niners though.
I don't think I think he reached his potential his rookie year, and he's not, or his first year as a starter, and I don't think he's going to do any more.
Yeah, I don't know.
All right, Antonio Brown is way more valuable than Gronk. Yay or nay?
Nay.
I would say nay.
Not
I mean,
way
I would.
more. It's close.
Yeah, not way more. I'd say he's
He's-
more valuable to the Steelers, like as like a
Yeah.
player himself.
Yep.
right now anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would say definitely yay that he's more valuable, but not by much.
Not way more.
Yeah.
Not like over the top.
Yeah.
I'm
Valuable,
sure
I
Steelers
guess.
fans would.
So, assuming that, or if this Ezekiel Elliott injury becomes something more than what they're claiming it is, are the Cowboys doomed without him? Yay or nay, Jonah?
Nay.
Nay. Well, I'd say nay because they had a 12-4 year, with
Murray.
DeMar.
I think-
Murray and
Well, McFadden rushed for like 1,300 yards last year.
Yeah, they have-
and they have Alfred Morris now.
they don't really need like a star running back,
I
but
think
it'd be
Zeke-
great to have it.
Yeah, I think Zeke will be great. He'll fit in fine.
Yeah.
He'll have a good year.
But they won't be doomed without
But they have depth at that
Yeah.
position.
They won't be doomed without him,
They'd be doomed without Romo and Dez, like
Yes.
you saw last year.
like last year.
I'm going to say they would be doomed without him because I don't like their other running back situation. I think Darren McFadden just had more yards
Well, he's
because
hurt
Tony
anyway.
Romo was hurt,
Well,
Mhm.
yeah, he's hurt anyway.
and now he's hurt now. So I would
I could
say
see
they.
Alfred Morris doing some
I would say they would be in trouble
Yeah, I
without
could
without
see-
Zeke,
They'd be in more trouble though without
Tony Romo.
Dez or Romo.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I
Well,
do
I mean,
agree that.
I'd say if they didn't have Dez, they probably would not do as well as projected.
I'd
but-
Yeah.
I'd say the most trouble they'd get into is without Romo.
Mhm.
Yeah, Romo is obviously their rock.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right, so let's move to the Broncos. The Broncos should give up before their season starts. Yay or nay, Aaron?
Nay, because that division isn't that great, and anything can happen.
Okay, Jonah?
They could win that division. We don't know.
Yeah. Yeah, I'd say nay too because
Or get in as a wild card.
they could probably find a way to
I don't have them
Make it
going to
work.
the playoffs, but you don't just give up on it. You know what I mean?
yeah, you don't just give up on your season before it even starts.
I'm going to say yay because I think their division. I think the Raiders or the Chiefs are going to take that division, and I think the Broncos are not going to have any chance of winning that division. I'm going to say they should give up because it's inevitable. They're not going to win the division, and they aren't going to make the playoffs. All right, so that's my
What do you mean by
take.
Give up.
Like, don't even play because you're not
Yeah.
going to make the
Don't-
playoffs.
Just don't be a team anymore.
Yeah. Without Manning, they just
Forget about your history.
go away.
Yeah, exactly.
Get out of here.
And here is the Panthers. The Panthers will have a record of 500 or below. Yay or nay?
Well, I
Yay.
said nay because I have them, whatever, 8 and
You
8.
had them at 500. So you would say yay because I said
Well,
500 or below.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, I said 8 and 8 or 9 and 7, didn't I?
I'd say
Oh,
yay.
no. Did
for
I
that
say
one.
7 and 9?
Something like that.
I'll say yay.
Okay, Joe?
Yeah, I'd say yay for that because
Yay.
I had them at like 6 and 10 or whatever.
And I'm going to say nay because I have them at 10 and 6, but I do think there will be a drop-off. I do not think they will be as good. I was originally going to really pick on them and say they were going to be really bad, but I decided, I think they could still win that division because you never know with that division. Do you guys have a yay or nay statement at all? You guys... If not, we will quickly move to the NBA.
Cowboys will beat the Vikings on Thursday Night Football. Yay or nay?
Nay.
Yay.
Yay. No.
2 against 1. We win.
Yeah, I really have nothing else.
Okay.
Great.
All right.
NBA.
Let's move to the NBA quickly here. Hopefully, we'll get out of here as quickly as possible. This is going way longer than we anticipated.
Well, we're just into it, you know.
We're into it.
Yeah.
Storylines in the NBA. LeBron motivated by the ghost of Michael Jordan.
Michael
Let's-
Jackson.
No, not that MJ.
Oh, okay.
He says that the ghost of Jordan is his biggest motivation, and this is from NBA.com. LeBron James has often avoided talking about trying to match Michael Jordan's accomplishments, but now he's chasing the ghost of the arguably the greatest player in NBA history. What do you guys kind of make out of his comments? Do you think that the media kind of swayed that answer, or what do you think? It says, my career is totally different than Michael Jordan. What I've gone through is totally different than he went through. What he did was unbelievable, and I watched it unfold. I look up to him so much. I think it's cool to put yourself in my position, or in position to be one of those great players. But if I can ever put myself in position to be the greatest player, that would be something extraordinary. He said, this was bigger for me than the first and the second one, referring to his championships. And so what do you guys take out of LeBron James' comments that he's following, or that the ghost of Michael Jordan is his biggest motivation?
I'm Team LeBron, obviously. I don't have much to say about it. Still kind of letting that championship sink in. I don't really have much to say about it. I wouldn't even compare the two, really. And it kind of annoys me when people do. Just because they're different positions, different era, whatever. You know, just appreciate
different
both
people.
of them for what they do and what LeBron is still doing, is what I say.
It's like when they compared Bryant and
I think
LeBron.
LeBron's motivation should be the Warriors again, because now they got Durant.
But I'd say I have a feeling that LeBron doesn't think he's like the best or whatever, because that's what most people think about themselves to make them better. So I think he uses Michael Jordan as like
I don't look at it
as
as negative or positive. I just
as like a mark for being the best.
Well, my thing is, I don't think he should try to be like Michael, even though people compare him and stuff. I think originally out of high school he kind of wanted to be, because he knew Michael was the greatest of all time and he wanted to be greater. I get that, but I don't think he should try to be looking up or be motivated by his ghost. I think he should just be trying to be the best player ever, and that shouldn't have anything to do with Michael Jordan, I don't think.
I think he's just using that as a, like Jonah said, like as a,
As a marker for
Yeah.
becoming the best.
because So I get what he's saying. Like I said, I don't really have much to say about it. I mean, as long as he keeps doing what
he's a
always
great
done.
He's a
know,
great,
like
player.
I said,
obviously,
I'm a huge fan of him and always will be. So
yeah.
Yep.
I'd say he's one of the best. I mean, you can't really say who
as
is
of right now,
the best.
He's still got some years left too. So
Yeah.
We'll see.
Still got fuel left in the tank.
Totally different situations too for MJ and
Yeah.
Yeah,
LBJ.
different era.
I mean,
Stuff
you
like
could
that.
compare LeBron more to like a Magic Johnson.
Yeah. Like a team player, and
I'd say like MJ and Kobe. There's your comparison.
Yeah.
You know,
they're both bald. So.
but he was just using that as like a stepping point.
Yeah.
I think the media read too much into it.
Yeah, like they always do.
Yeah.
A lot of hateful
Stretch
comments
the
on
truth.
that too. When I read on
All right. So
Stretch the
we
truth.
kind of got that out of it, and now we move to Derek Fisher,
don't even
possibly
talk about
coming
him.
back to the NBA.
No. Why would you do that?
Hey, he's better than a lot of players because he has 5 rings.
According to the
A
score.com,
lot of people's logic.
NBA players have retired from the league and become head coaches before, like Derek Fisher, but we haven't seen someone retire, become a coach, and then return to active competition.
Where's he coach?
He was coaching for the Knicks.
Well, I know that, but where does he?
He's not coaching right now,
But
I don't think.
that'd be like Jason
Why
Kidd
doesn't
coming
he
back.
just like?
Yeah,
Like
Why
why?
can't you be a player and coach at the same time? Like,
it's basically what LeBron is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
You
basically
coach-
like what Peyton Manning was.
You coach on the court,
Then you'd
You
save
coach
a lot of
as
money
your-
on not paying for a coach. You know, what I
Yeah.
mean? Unless you were required, which you probably are by the league to have one.
to have a head coach.
Yeah, I think that is a requirement.
But it's basically like having like a captain on like in the NBA, NFL, like to have like a captain on the defense.
So, but then Derek came out and said,
You could coach on the court.
yeah. Derek came back and said
Derek.
he has no steadfast plan to make NBA comeback. So, do you guys read into it that he's actually interested?
I
Or
really don't
not.
care.
I think
don't
that's-
see.
yeah.
He was pretty good when he played, but
I think that
way
might be
too-
the
He's way too old.
Yeah, he's
That might be
41 right now.
might be the NBA hyping it and being like he totally
Where would he even
said
go?
yes
Probably the
to
Warriors.
coming back.
Yeah, every old retired player.
He'd be like on the bottom of the bench.
Yeah,
Like, they wouldn't even use him.
Even
So
if
what's
he
the
went
point?
to my team in Cleveland, I'd still be like,
Richard
Dude,
Jefferson replacement.
he get his like knees blown
They
out.
just
Yeah,
signed
they-
Richard.
They re-signed him.
Yeah,
Oh,
Yeah.
for like 2 more years.
oh, geez. And Mike Dunleavy was basically
They'll
just an add-on.
keep
Why
him.
not? Why not send him to the Spurs? have the most old team
Derek.
in the world.
yeah.
Yeah, get rid of Tim Duncan and then
They literally
Well, not get
have
rid of,
like
but-
some of the
Get another
oldest
old
players
person like Pau Gasol.
I've ever seen. Yeah.
hey, he's
Um,
still good though.
Yeah, he is. I do like Pau. So, anyways, we'll talk more about Derek Fisher in a little bit here. Now we move to Draymond Green. Oh
I
boy.
don't even talk
Um,
about it.
So Draymond Green sends out a.
I got that pick.
pick.
Actually.
Did you really?
No,
Oh. He sends out a picture of his private area.
it was pretty
Ooh.
small.
Yeah. That's him. What?
He sends out a picture of his private area on Snapchat. And to top that off with the domestic violence act that he had in a nightclub in Lansing, Michigan, I think somewhere East
That
Lansing.
wasn't domestic.
Or he
punched a guy who was heckling him.
or not domestic, but a
He
violence issue.
slapped assault is what it
Assault, yeah, domestic
Assault.
assault. There we go.
Yeah.
That's the proper term.
Close enough.
So, anyways, the Rolling Stone.com says Draymond Green is having a really bad summer, and he was fined $25,000 for kicking Steven Adams, and then he kind of had a beef with LeBron James, even though now he says he didn't have a beef with him, blah, blah, blah. Anyways.
It looked like
He
it.
was the
From
only
what the
one
media
to
showed.
congratulate LeBron after they won.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
There's no way there was
do
beef
you...
if that was the
Go
case.
up to him and get
Yeah.
Do you guys think that Draymond Green is...
an idiot. Yes.
Well, obviously.
Yeah.
Do you think... Why do you think he's getting into this trouble? He's never been in any trouble before.
I don't know. He's got anger issues, obviously.
Yeah.
Maybe
For
he was
that
being
side of it.
maybe he was being heckled for losing.
Well, he was.
Yeah. He
Oh,
was.
that's what it
That
is.
was.
Well, I mean, obviously he has a lot of emotion still about it, you know.
Do you...
He
About
probably
the dick pic though, like
Yeah.
you know,
No. I wouldn't do
I
that.
know guys do that, but
That's different.
to put it on his story, I
Yeah,
mean, I
he
guess
said
that, I don't read too
he
much
sent
into
out a
that.
tweet that he was hacked.
Oh. Well,
But-
that could be, yeah.
And then he sent out later that he did it.
Yeah. So it's like,
Oh.
okay.
So he did it, lied about it,
And
and
then
then admitted to it.
So, how do you guys think this will affect Golden State's chemistry? Do you think this will hurt? Do you think it'll have no effect?
I don't think
it won't be a big deal.
I think they'll have
It'll blow
chemistry
over
issues,
within the
but
month
not
and-
because of that.
Okay.
It'll,
All right.
It'll blow over.
So those are the storylines. Now we're going to play an NBA version of the game, Yay or Nay.
No.
And the first one is Yay or Nay to LeBron wanted to be compared to MJ from the beginning. Yay or Nay?
Wanting to be? I don't know. I mean, I don't know him personally. Shoot. I don't know. Probably, probably not. I mean, I think the media probably first initiated it.
Or like they speculated that he wanted
Well,
to be
because for a
of
while
the,
he was compared
the
to
statement.
Kobe. He was compared to Kobe for so many years,
Yeah, it's like they're two totally different players.
and then
Mhm.
now he's compared to MJ.
Yeah.
I'd compare him to like
Magic.
obviously Magic Johnson.
I'm
Yeah,
going
like
to
that.
say yay.
Oscar Robinson.
I'm going to say yay. He did want the comparisons from the beginning, but then after, because he was kind of young when he came in from high school, and I think he was kind of like into that. But now I think he's kind of like to the point where I wish people would stop comparing me.
Yeah.
I think originally he wanted it, but now he's kind of like, no, please
He's
stop.
like, please just
Well, I
compare
don't
me to
know.
me.
If he didn't want it
Yeah.
now, I don't know why he would say that about the ghost thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't
That kind of threw me for a loop too. So, anyways, here's the next yay or nay statement. No team will want or sign Derek Fisher. Yay, they will, or nay, they won't.
He'll probably get signed. Will he be good? I don't know. He's pretty old.
Yeah, I don't
Will
think.
he even play?
I don't
Who
think he would.
knows?
Yeah, he probably
Maybe
would.
be an insurance policy.
It could
I
be
don't
like
know. I
a
don't
just
know.
like a filler, you know,
Yeah.
for like a roster. Like you don't have enough players, just pick up
I
Derek
could see him
Fisher.
going to the Spurs.
I'm going to say nay. Nobody will want him or nobody will sign him, and he will
Maybe
remain out of the NBA as a player,
Well-
but he could be an assistant coach.
Well, he did say that he didn't want to come back, right?
Supposedly. And maybe
Speculation.
speculation. I don't know.
Of course, the
Anyways.
media is gonna be like,
Yeah. They take
"Oh,
it
he
and
totally
run.
is coming back, dude. He's totally coming back."
He's joining the Warriors.
Yeah,
So
can
here's
see it.
here's
Charles
the next
Barkley should unretire. He really wants that ring.
Yeah.
And he could get his.
here's the next yay or nay.
I don't think they'll win it. But.
If the Warriors are healthy, nobody else in the West stands a chance. Yay or nay?
Nay. I think the Spurs always stand a chance.
even though they have one of the oldest rosters. And,
The Spurs are about the only team that's
yeah, pretty much. Well,
the
you know,
Clippers-
OKC don't have
if
a
the
chance
Clippers
anymore.
If the Clippers could pull their heads out of their you-know-whats and
Mhm.
stay healthy,
Yeah,
then they would have a little bit of a chance.
they do
but
have some weapons.
I think the Spurs
Clippers.
added Powell, you know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I think he'll play better than
I think
Tim.
it's a
That's
I think the
for sure.
Spurs will
really
make
good
it
addition for
regardless.
them, and Still have Kawhi,
You know.
still have LaMarcus, still have Tony Parker.
They're kind of like
Still
the
have a deep
Seahawks,
bench.
pretty much. Like they always make it to the playoffs.
No, they're more like the Patriots.
Well, the Patriots usually get further though. You know.
I'm going to say no one else stands a chance if they are completely healthy and there are no chemistry issues.
I think the Spurs always. Well, there's going to be chemistry issues.
If
Yeah.
there are no chemistry issues, I think it's
That
I think
would
it's
be-
over for the West.
I think the only way there'd be no chemistry issues is if you were on 2K and turned off team chemistry.
Yeah.
So, anyways, that's that question. We'll stick with the Warriors here, and we'll talk about more of the chemistry here.
Please no.
Klay Thompson will take a
Ugh.
reduced role and become angry. Yay or nay, Jonah?
If he does take a reduced role, he probably would be angry, but I don't think he would. You know, I don't think he would leave because of that.
Well,
Yeah.
he's not going to leave.
Yeah. But I mean, suck it up, pretty much. I would say. Like
It's
if
a
you're
man-
still getting paid the most, you know, amount that you can.
It's a man's league.
Yeah.
Too soon.
What are you saying?
Too soon?
Are you saying Clay's a woman?
No, you didn't. Yeah, he didn't watch the finals.
Oh, never mind then.
Clay took a shot at LeBron, and then
Oh.
he went.
Oh,
And
yeah.
he cried after they lost 6.
Oh, yeah. I remember seeing that.
I'm going to say yay. He will take a reduced role a little bit. And I'm going to say he's going to become a little bit angry. I don't think it's going to affect the chemistry a lot, but I think he's going to become a little bit upset.
You're always on that chemistry thing.
And I'm going to add a yay or nay statement at the end of these other ones.
Do you really think that they're not going to have any chemistry issues?
No, I think they will. I'm just saying if they
I was gonna
didn't have
say.
any chemistry issues and they were completely healthy, I don't think anybody in the West stands a chance.
Potentially. I mean, but the Spurs probably could.
I don't.
I'd say the Spurs. Or the Clippers.
All right. Draymond Green.
Well, I didn't even answer.
Oh, what were you going to say?
I was thinking.
Oh, I thought you said nay
I think.
or yay or something.
I
Something.
really don't like him, especially after how he acted. But all that aside, I think that he probably won't, because like he said, he is a spot-up shooter, so he'll still do the off-the-ball stuff and get open looks.
Yeah.
I think Durant will probably suffer because he doesn't do as much off-the-ball stuff as Clay and Curry do, and
Yeah.
Draymond doesn't score that much to begin with. He's
Yeah.
more of an all-around guy.
Mm-hmm.
So I think
But-
Durant will probably suffer the most, and
I mean, Durant was pretty much.
I think Durant will actually start to get irritated.
I think Durant
He
was.
says he won't, but
Durant was pretty much.
you could always say. You know,
I think
whatever.
Durant was pretty much OKC, just like as a whole. I mean, they had Westbrook, but
I think Durant needs the ball in his hands a lot to do anything.
yeah. But then, I mean, you take the ball away from Curry or Clay
Yeah.
or Draymond, and they get angry. So
Yeah.
then that will probably start.
All right. Here's the next yay or nay statement. Draymond Green will have another off-court incident this offseason. Yay or nay?
Yeah, probably.
Probably, yeah.
I could see it.
What it is, I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm going to agree with you
Who
guys.
knows?
I'm going to say yay, and I'm going to say something here. Let's see. What else could he do? I'm going to say he gets into a beef with some other player in the NBA. It might be a teammate. It might be from the Cavs. I'm going to say it's from one of those teams. He's going to get into a beef with someone, and he's going to... I don't think there's going to be any physical contact, but I think he's going to get into like a Twitter war or something like that with somebody from his team or another team.
And then would you like?
Well,
Would you like
him and-
suspend him or something?
Him
for
and
a game?
Kyrie seem to be getting along well, so I can't see it happening with him.
But like, how would you treat that though? Like in the NBA, would you suspend him or would you
Over a Twitter thing, you wouldn't, but like...
like if they actually started getting physical?
I think
You
he's going to
suspend
get in
him.
a fight with somebody
on the
Team
team.
USA is playing,
Oh, okay.
and he'll probably get
I could see
Suspended.
it.
like
Yeah.
a shoving match.
Yeah, we're not even talking about the Olympics, as you can tell, just because it's boring and Team
Yeah.
USA is going to win everything, probably.
But I think he'll get in an altercation.
So, yeah, I think he will.
Especially if they play like Australia, because they have Dellavedova.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and those two don't like.
And
each
here's
other.
the last yay or nay with Draymond. Draymond will be the reason the Warriors lose in the playoffs and beyond in the future. Yay or nay?
Will he be the reason? I don't know. I don't think it was really his fault this last year.
Yeah. It was just pretty
Well,
much the Cavs going off.
Kind of, because he kind of
In Game 5, yeah.
Yeah, he got himself suspended, basically. I don't know. Steph didn't play that well in the finals. Clay didn't
No.
show up a lot of the times.
Mm-hmm. He probably would have been MVP if he would have played Game 5, I think. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think it was his fault, and I don't think it really would be in the future.
I think this off-court incident is going to lead to more stuff, and I think he's going to get into a beef with somebody, and I think it's going to affect the team chemistry to a certain point, and somebody from Golden State next offseason is going to leave or get traded. That is my prediction, and I think it's going to be Steph Curry. And this is the last yay or nay I have.
Yeah.
Steph Curry will leave as a free agent and join an Eastern Conference team next offseason. Yay or nay?
I don't see why he would unless he did lose a lot of touches.
Yeah, to be fair though, I mean without
Guess it
Curry,
depends on that.
is Clay any good? I mean they kind of balance that out between them. I don't think the team itself would survive without Curry because he's pretty much like he's that player that holds them together, like LeBron with the Cavs.
Yeah, I don't see it.
I mean, obviously, Warriors fans
That's so
would never want
specific,
that.
though, like,
but
why the East? Like, what
if he went to the Cavs?
What if he does get traded and goes to the West? What if he stays in the West? I should say.
Well, he's got a contract expiring. I don't know. I just kind of made it up.
What if he went to like the Clippers?
Well,
or
if you would have
the
said
Spurs?
traded in general, I might say
Left in general, you
Yeah.
mean? Because
Yeah.
he won't be traded
Or,
because
yeah,
he'll be a
not
free
traded,
agent.
Yeah,
Could you imagine him on the Clippers?
that'd be dumb.
That wouldn't work. Chris Paul.
Probably not.
What if he went to the Spurs though?
Yeah, the Spurs.
Spurs. Oh gosh, I would
Get
probably,
rid of that whole Spurs team
I
and
would
just
probably be very upset at him.
draft a bunch of. Rookies.
He'd be probably smart to go to the East. Well, not really because you have LeBron, but
Yeah.
Other than LeBron, the teams aren't.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was
There's
thinking.
some teams on the rise there, but
What if he went to the Lakers?
Yes, please.
what if he went to the Celtics?
See, that's the thing though.
Shooting
He's-
guard then?
Yeah,
He's like
Yeah,
other
maybe.
players. Like they're hungry for a ring. You know what I
You have to
mean?
get rid of Avery.
So like if he were to leave somewhere, he would have to go to a team that could take him, all the way.
yeah. Because
Yeah.
once you get the taste of it,
Yeah,
Yeah.
like LeBron did, with the Heat. He left and then he came back.
Mm-hmm.
They want that, that ring.
I could see him going to LA though.
But could he win with LA?
The Lakers.
Could he win with them?
If the Lakers get another piece or two, I could see Steph going to
Well,
LA.
it depends on how Brandon.
'Cause I think he likes
can't
it out
even say
west.
his name. Brandon Ingram does,
Yeah,
which I hope he does well.
But what would the
Being a Duke
Warriors?
fan.
What would
Yeah.
the Warriors be like
we'll
with
talk more about college
Durant
basketball next week.
and without Curry?
Hopefully, a shorter episode for you guys too. By the way,
Would that be like harder for them to win? Like if
I
the
don't know.
Warriors lost Curry and still have Durant?
I don't know. It'd be interesting.
What if Curry went to the OKC?
And then Russell Westbrook went to the Warriors.
No, you
instead?
can't do that.
No, Westbrook stays.
No, Klay
Oh, that
Thompson
would
and
be
Curry go to the OKC, and then
Go to the OKC.
Yeah.
No,
and then Westbrook
It's the Oklahoma City man.
goes to Warriors.
no, that'd be funny if
That'd be funny.
Curry went to OKC next year. They'd
Yeah.
be like, screw you, Durant.
and then
And then OKC beats
beats the
Warriors.
Warriors instead of the other way around.
Yeah. All right. Well, this has been the Long Show today. That's the new show name, the Long Show. The You Don't Know Jack Show with Jonah, Aaron, and Carson.
lame joke.
Yeah, it was lame, but that's kind of what it was today. It was a long show, so we apologize, and we'll probably have a shorter one next week. Maybe it'll be longer. Who knows? But anyways,
I blame
we
the host.
probably me or Jonah. You know.
It's always Jonah's fault, actually.
Yeah. But anyways, this is You Don't Know Jack Show. You can go to youdon'tknowjackshow.com and check us out. You can check us out on Facebook, facebook.com/youdon'tknowjackshow, twitter.com/don'tknowjackshow, and instagram.com/youdon'tknowjackshow. And I want to thank our sponsor, carrental8.com. You'll hear an ad play for them throughout the course of this podcast as well. And also, you can save 5% on your next car rental by using our promo code JACKSHOW, JAC Show 5, and the number 5. So it's all capital letters, JACSHOW, and the number 5 after that. And then you get 5% off your car rental. Well, that is all for Jonah, Aaron, and Carson. This has been the You Don't Know Jack Show, and we will see you guys next week. And don't forget to follow us on Twitter and like us on Facebook and follow us on all the other social media places. Subscribe, rate, review.
We're replacing Jonah.
We're replacing Jonah
What?
soon.
Don't do that.
And we're gone. Bye-bye.